a lot of people were still a little surprised that the G20 could bridge what were strong positions and deep divides. This G20 actually delivered very substantively on what were the most pressing issues of the day. Quite honestly, it turned out far better than most people expected. G20 was a big plus on the positive side of the global ledger. I think it's a very fitting way today to mark the progress and achievements of the G20 as we come close to the end of our presidency. About 3 weeks ago, I was in New York for what's the annual gathering of diplomacy, the United Nations General Assembly. And I must share with you that the G20 was very much the subject of conversation. A lot of people were still a little surprised that the G20 could bridge what were strong positions and deep divides. Many other countries also took particular satisfaction at the permanent membership of the African Union in the G20. But overall, there was a sense in global diplomacy, really, that this G20 actually delivered very substantively on what were the most pressing issues of the day, and that, quite honestly, turned out far better than most people expected. Now, that's the way the world saw it. I think ambassadors in particular have had the opportunity to travel around India. That was the way we engineered the G20 process. And you would have also seen that in the last year, the interest that Indians have shown in the world in international issues, in issues concerning the future of our planet, our own future linked with that, that's really been extraordinary. So we have, therefore, two reasons today to be, I would say, satisfied. One, that in the totality of global diplomacy at a very difficult time in international politics, actually G20 was a big plus on the positive side of the global ledger. And the second, that it has made a country, a society which is today the fifth largest economy, which in many ways is globalizing at a very rapid rate. It has made this society far more connected with the rest of the world. Now, as we bask in the afterglow of the summit, I'm often asked saying, okay, it was a great show, so now that the smoke's cleared, tell me, what did you really get done? When I look at what we got done, and to me, the 4 or 5 key takeaways were the action plan for the SDG, which directly fed into the SDG summit which happened after the G20. The Green Development Pact, the message of women-led development, the support for digital public infrastructure, the life mission, the sustainable lifestyle for environment. At the end of it all, there was a very strong sustainability, green, global south image that came out of the G20. And that is why I feel today that the ceremony that we will be commencing after this is a very fitting way, really, of marking this G20. That this G20, we would like it certainly to be remembered as a green G20, as a sustainable G20, in many ways as a G20 of the future, and a G20 which honestly would not have delivered the outcomes had it not been for the entirety of the G20 membership. So today we meet partly to mark these achievements, but from our perspective, I would also say we meet to thank our fellow G20 members, without whose cooperation all of this would not have been possible. We thank the guests and the international organizations because they added a texture and a richness to the G20 process, which actually made it today globally as impactful as it has done. So once again, really, thank you all for coming. And I join my friend Hardeep in saying that we Delhi Walas who have not only grown up in this city, been educated here, who have worked here, but who have walked here. For us, Nehru Park has a particular symbolism. So I'm sure that in the years when Hardeep and I and Saxena ji, hopefully you will join us as well when we take our morning walks and evening walks. The G20 trees will always be there for us to look back at what was one of our signal achievements.